Oh, I'm recording a show. My bad. Hi guys, welcome back. It's your girl, Yummy.com. Thank you for joining me, my friends. It is Women's History Month. And we're going to celebrate the only way we know how, with lady bits. That's right, you get a tampon. You get a tampon. We all get tampons.
There is a famine in my lady bits.
Only if we wished. So don't forget to vote. Even though voting is ended, even though some of us still don't believe it. With that being said, I'm going to celebrate the only way I know how with lady stuff. And that lady stuff will include international lady stuff. And that international lady stuff is the question: if I wanted to form a crime mob / girl gang, Taylor Swift style,
she's the gatekeeper of the most exquisite pussy in America,
with only K-drama participants, who would I invite? Well, lucky for you, I have an answer for that. But for that, I need my handy dandy notebook. This little baby has all the notes that I've taken from the K-dramas of what I watched in the last month. And by watch, I mean have rewatched or just like gandered at because I thought of her when I was forming this bad bitch list. Okay, and here we go. First off, we have Rumi and Nana from XX. XX is a web K-drama that appeared on the YouTube and you can totally watch free of charge. It is one of the funnier female friendship forward shows that web dramas that I've watched. I mean, there are a bunch of good female friendship web dramas, especially like the one featuring Arin from Oh My Girl. I love their friendship, but I definitely wouldn't want them in a fight. Anyways, let's get back on topic. We're talking about Rumi and Nana. The reason why I chose these two women is because not only is their friendship fierce after they're forced to become friends again when one buys the bar that the other one is the bartending Van Gogh of the world. Basically what happens is that you see their friendship become stronger and more palpable throughout the entire series, even though they were friends before, but because of a stupid boy and his stupid penis, they ended up not being friends in college. They really ride or die for each other in this, even when they don't necessarily like each other. At the very beginning, it's still a beautiful friendship that you get to see develop, and it's still super fun to watch. They have some truly badass moments, and I will play them right now.
뚝배기를 깨든 뭐라든 넌 너 하고 싶은 대로 해.
너한테 뿌리는 것도 아까울 만큼 비싼 술이니까 그것도 감사하게 생각해.
이 미쳤어? 이게 지금 뭐하는 짓이야?
진짜 미친 버전 보여줘? 지금 굉장히 침착한 버전이거든?
야, 이놈의!
그 더러운 입으로 내 이름 부르지 마. 내가 어디 가서 돈 쓰고 아까워해본 적이 없는데 너한텐 처음으로 돈이 아까워지려고 하니까. 벗어. 지금까지 내가 준 거 지금 당장 벗어. 진짜 미친 버전 보기 싫으면. 그나마 이런 명품들로 가려보려고 했는데 누구 말대로 쓰레기 냄새는 커버가 안 된다.
이제 지옥 보낼 타이밍 됐지. 가자. 그 새끼 지옥 보내주러.
It's like you can't deny the fierce coldness of one of Nana, but you can also not deny the ferocity of Rumi. It just doesn't make sense to deny one or the other, so why not have both? Friend power. It's like the Powerpuff Girl. No, they don't. No, cut that out. They don't say that. Never mind. But with that being said, I obviously had to go with them as my first draft pick in this girl gang, if it was actually a street gang type stuff. They are smart, they are thought-provoking, and not afraid to cause a scene, which is what you need in a gang. Anyways, we're gonna go to our next one. Our next one is a legend in K-drama, a classic beauty of a show, the weightlifting fairy herself, Kim Bok Joo. Okay, Kim, she is Bok Joo! Like the way that they yell her name is so funny. But not only her, but her entire crew, okay? Not entire, there's only 3 of them.
swear. 세판. swear. 그것이 진정한 고객들 표시. swear.
Swag, okay? The way that they are just bossing out on like methods of eating food to optimize stomach space. I respect it on a level that is beyond anything that I could ever imagine. It is amazing and I respect you for it. Okay? Just their sheer strength, like physical strength, they could kick any leading man's behind. And I appreciate that that's not the like deterrent. They don't have to be dainty and female and oh my god, the world is so hard. Where's the man? How is he supposed to? No, they're like, hey, I am woman, hear me roar. And I appreciate all 3 of them. They're hilarious, they're fun, they have swag, and they have a cool catchphrase. And Seol the fried chicken joint, which is really good in my book, you know. Anyone who can give me free chicken is a-okay in my book. That's a lie. If you're Trump and you give me free chicken, I'll just probably throw it out. It's probably unseasoned anyways. Our next ladies are the crew. I call them the court ladies, even though they're not technically like court ladies, but they are the court ladies of the drama Miss Hammurabi. I always say that wrong. Hammurabi. It is a show that is starring one of my favorite actresses and resident of my husband list, Go Ara. And she basically plays this judge, but with her, and she's dope.
제 스타일대로 부딪혀보려고요. 어딜만 더, 이 새끼야!
But with her are these other women, specifically 3 other women that are just insanely talented, great at their job, strong, smart, savvy, sexy, killer, anything. They are the epitome of what boss status looks like, okay? There is the bailiff of her court, there is her secretary, and there is her like her court secretary who like does her research or whatever. The 4 of them are literally hilarious. Killer. I loved it. The scene, the club scene, I talk about this club scene all the time because it's so good. It's like they go out to the club for the girl, one of the girls' birthdays, and like she, you know, she gets a babysitter so that she can go out with her girls, and like these guys are like, hey sexy ladies, do you want to play with us? And they're like, why do you think we only came out here to play with you? Nah, we came out here to chill, to dance, and to party on our own. We don't need y'all niggas to have a good time. We can buy our own drinks, okay? We can live our own lives. We can dance with each other. We don't need you. And then, like, to drive the point home, guys are just like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. And, like, one of the girls chops the bottle in half. And it's just like, I'll cut your throat. And I've never been more proud of a person that I had no knowledge of. I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. When she chopped that bottle in half, I was like, you're my everything. Like, you're who I want to be when I want to grow up. Okay? Like, it was amazing. So that's why I really wanted to put them on the list. They're smart, savvy. They are literally the ultimate fighting machine. And the men in their lives are simply decorative, okay? They are simply there to support the amazingness that those women do. They do God's work. A woman's worth is God's work. You would think, what, Ariana Grande? Next person is our female femme fatale, okay? She is amazing. She is great. She is... No Bong Soon, okay? She is the queen of her own destiny. She is strong. She's in fact strong girl, okay? She is born with this super strength that is only passed down to the women of her family, which we stan. And she uses her powers for good. She ends up protecting our boy from Harang. She's in a love triangle, but she is genuinely this bright soul who doesn't want to be just known for her strength, but also her smarts and her wits, and she wants to be a game designer, and she's just a bubbly, light-hearted person. I really put her on this list, not just because obviously she's born with super strength and we would need the muscle, because there's this killer scene where she throws walnuts as a weapon. I want you to hear me again. Walnuts as a weapon. Do you understand how insanely cool that is? I don't know why, but I just would like her. They turned her into a video game, and I want to play that video game so badly. Of just like, I'm just imagining, I want a superhero comic. Is there one? If you know if there's a superhero comic of her as a superhero who throws walnuts as weapons and fights with sheer strength crime, I would like to have it. I will pay a very big amount for it. I will save up and pay a big amount for it, dude. Okay? I want it. I want it. I want it. It would be so sick, okay? Just sickening, okay? And also we need the strength. And also she's a fun character who's very funny, very free, very beautiful. I remember when she played in Abyss and they tried to tell me that her face was average, and I was like, liar! So definitely raise the group average, and she has the sheer strength. So of course I'm adding her to the girl gang. Next up we have Moonyoung from It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Listen, every group has to have a little crazy in it. You have to have someone who's willing to cut a okay? If you don't have someone in your crew who's willing to cut a your crew is severely lacking and will not last long in these streets.
아니, 칼이 죽여줘. 은영아, 너 피. 이쁘다. my heart.
And she has proven that she is willing to cut not only but her lover, her friends, and her enemies especially. She's willing to stab a person in the eye. Yes, in the eye if she has to. She is willing to be gracious and beautiful and kind and a growing human with kind of a mental deficiency, which is fine, but also a bad bitch. And we support bad bitches in here.
여기 외부인 출입 금지가 나가?
문까지 열어주던데? 와우. 이래서 아담 하는 거였어? 아담에서?
This is the bad bitch support group. So I think that I would absolutely want her on my team, because not only is she funny, keeps it real. You have to have someone who keeps it 100. You know, you could be spouting BS, but you need someone to tell you that that's BS, so you know you have a good crew. She would definitely be that person, and I appreciate it. And maybe I could teach her about human emotions. It'd be a symbiotic relationship. Like, I'd be that little bird that sits on the rhino's back, you know, symbiotic. Next up we have Hana from I always say this wrong. Uncanny Counter. Uncanny Counter.
내 몸에 손대지 마.
Uncanny Counter is a recent favorite of mine. I hope to make a video about it. I want to make a video really about like 2020 Netflix dramas, because I feel like there was a big resurgence of them in 2020 that like some people talked about, but I feel like needs to be dug more in depth, or at least giving you like a top 5. But Uncanny Counter is definitely on that list. I love that show so much. It's so good. It's like it was like it reminded me kind of like School Nurse Files, but like really much more grounded in reality and much more coolness and much more stuff like that. So I really like that. But one of the characters who is a counter is Hana.
I could be a perfect type. I could be the girl you like. One kiss and you change your mind. Your body change your life if you just let me. Baby, no back, no home's mine. And if you're not sure, then take your time. But just know that I might not be around when you let her down easy. When you're feeling lonely, don't.
She comes from a really broken family. By me saying broken, I mean dead. They're dead family. Her uncle is terrible. Could have helped her family, but didn't. She was born of tragedy, was in a coma because of a poisoning or a situation that happened with her family. And when she woke up from her coma, she became a counter. She is kind of fierce, a little standoffish, a little cold, but really has a heart of gold, really is the protector. Her and the other character, I cannot remember his name, but he was the police officer that lost his memory, are really the protectors. There's the mother, the protector, and kind of the child, and she is one of the protectors. She's very cold, but she's very thoughtful. She's an amazing fighter. There's this amazing scene where she just whoops ass on these dudes. Obviously she has superhuman strength, so it's a little unfair, but like also we're not here to fight fair. We're here to be a boss bitch gang, girl gang. So her and her superpowers would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Of course I have to add her. She's also very witty, which is really cool. Has some great lines, and I think that she would get along and keep old crazy girl from It's Okay Not to Be Okay in check. Okay, I think she would keep her in check, and we need someone to watch her because she might stab us all in our sleep. But with that being said, we're going to our next one. Jeon from Chicago Typewriter.
웃기지 마. 소설 때문에 인생을 망치는 멍청이는 없어.
Chicago Typewriter has long been my absolute favorite K-drama. It's strange to say that because there's so many K-dramas that I feel like I know are better, but I love it. I've watched that drama upwards of 20 times. It's ridiculous that I've watched it upwards of 20 times. I'm absolutely in love with the main lead of that drama, Yeon. He is fine. I have watched every piece of work he has ever been in, and yes, that includes all 50 episodes of Six Flying Dragons. He is fine, okay? He is also a phenomenal actor, but we're not here to talk about him, even though I would love to talk about him for days. But we're here actually to talk about his counterpart in that, and that is Jeon. She is really amazing. She's a Olympic shooter.
Shooter. You don't want it with a shooter.
So first of all, I know South Korea doesn't really allow guns, but if there's someone who could get a gun, she would never miss. She's really strong. She's really grounded in morality and character development, which I love. She's kind of like a little bit goofy, but not goofy to the point of like Bok Joo or anyone on the list. Like, you know, she like has her goofiness, but she stays in the realm of reality. She's a phenomenal writer, obviously. That's what the whole thing is about. Chicago Typewriter. It's all about, you know, guns and typewriters. But other than just her excellent marksmanship, she's also this kind of beacon of morality for all these amoral characters that are trying to either basically it's like there's two versions of her. There's the version of her that exists in the past where the Japanese were occupying South Korea. There's that version of her who was a freedom fighter. So boss bitch status already. Or the version of her now who was an Olympic marksman. So she's kind of has this determined nature about her. She's self-made woman. I really appreciate her character. I think that her character is one of my favorite characters. And that drama is one of my favorite dramas. So I had to add her onto the list. Cause every clip needs a shooter. Shooter. You don't want it, but yeah. With that being said, we're going to go to our next person, who is Jae Yi from Lawless Lawyer. Now, okay, I'm thinking worldwide gang, you know. I know that's a little bit hard to picture in your head, but this is the worldwide international gang, okay? Well, it's just the South Korea K-drama lead gang right now, but we will expand. And with that being said, we are going to need some good lawyers on our side.
여자로서 정말 주먹이 오네요.
Okay, and Jae Yi is she is a bad bitch. Okay, she punched a judge in the face for being sexist. Automatically makes her a bad gal to me. On top of that, she's used to working with thugs because her boo thing and the person that she goes to work with after her. And she gets not disbarred, but she's basically on suspension. So she can't really be like a lawyer right now, but like a prosecutor or whatever. So she's just, you know, freelancing right now. I really appreciate about her. She knows the law, which will have the law on her side, and I appreciate that. She's not afraid to punch a dude. She punched her boo to be in the face, which I really appreciate. I love a girl who punches her mainly in the face. Yes, queen. And she just has this effervescent glow about her. Also, she's played by another one of my favorite actresses. Love this girl. She is in everything I love. She's a phenomenal actress. Oh my god, she almost burned down a church one time.
아니, 넌 죽어야 돼. 그리고 지옥에나 떨어져!
And save me, and I loved that. Oh, she's just a killer, this girl. This actress is a killer, okay? But on top of that, I love the character as well, and I think that she should join our ranks. And we always need a good lawyer. As Trump has proven, if you don't have a good lawyer, you end up where Rudy Giuliani ends up. Trump has shown us what happens when you don't have a good lawyer. Speaking of lawyers, you can't just have one lawyer when the whole team's winning. This is a gang. Gangs are illegal. We will have to do illegal stuff, okay? I mean, we don't have to. We can be like a good gang. I don't mind. A good girl gang, you know? But we would still need lawyers. And, you know, as much as I love old girl from Lawless Lawyer, we're gonna go with Bong Hee. I believe her name is Bong Hee from Suspicious Partners. Because not only has she known what it's like to be the victim in a crime, to go to jail, you know, spend hard time, even though she didn't go to jail, she was just arrested. She's also a lawyer, a top tier lawyer with a husband who is a prosecutor. I mean, I think they'll get married, or they got married in this realm of whatever. Well, in my mind, they got married. So, a husband who's a prosecutor, you know, could get us off the books or whatever. But she's also a damn good lawyer. She has a moral compass, which is great because we are a good girl gang. Good girl gang. Not a bad girls club, a good girl gang. Anyways, so she's a good moral compass. She's smart. She thinks on her feet, which is amazing. She would have to keep her contacts in because, oh girl, this whole thing happened because sis was blind. So, oh girl was wildin'. But I think that she would make an excellent partner in our girl gang.
그런데도 나 왕따 시키고 내 도덕성이 어쩌니 저쩌니 얘 인간이냐 진짜?
She's an excellent lawyer. She's very smart. She's compassionate. She helped that child in that one episode, which was really dope. Old people love her. And she's witty. She's witty and funny. And that's the one thing. Like, strengths aside, all of these women are hilarious and have great personalities. All these characters have great personalities when it comes down to it. Next, we have Tae. She's from King the Eternal Monarch. Okay? She is... I guess she's two characters as well, but really, she's just one. It's the one girl. It's not both of them. It's two. So, I chose her because, again, we need someone who can shoot a gun. She's a police officer. That will play in our favor in case we want to run the streets amok. Make the streets run red in blood like Verona. Probably not, but you know, who's to say? I like that. I like people with a good moral compass. She has a little bit of fun in her. Going to be queen of an alternate dimension couldn't hurt, you know? So I really appreciate those facts about her. I think that would add a dynamic to our friend group. I think that she could also keep crazy girl from, again, It's Okay Not to Be Okay, because someone has to constantly watch her to make sure she's not going to kill us all. I think that she would keep her in check, and I like that because I don't want to have to tell her no. So let someone else do it. Next up we have Sehwa from I think her name is Sehwa from Legends of the Blue Sea. Okay, you know I was going to make this list without adding at least one mythical creature. She is a mermaid. She is a mermaid. Okay, that's sick. That's dope, okay? Mermaids are dope. But on top of that, she has the Bruce Lee fighting skills.
Baby, we go wild. Run the seven squad. 난 앞으로 찔러봐. 좌우로 난 찔러봐. You want 모두가 맞춰올리지 너들. You know I'm fast. 지금이야 쭉. 난 앞으로 찔러줘 Bruce Lee. 날아다녀 하루 종일 Bruce Lee. Shimmy, 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 booty hop. Shimmy, 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 hop.
To whoop everybody. That is just super impressive. And on top of that, she cries pearls. We will never be broke again as a girl gang. Think about it. Take a second. So not only does she supply an unlimited source of money, she is a fighter and a little bit gullible. So we could, you know, trick her into doing stuff. No offense. But we can definitely trick her into doing stuff. Also, she looks great in a velvet suit. Like, she looks boss bitch. In a velvet suit, in a yellow skirt, she rocks it like no other. In those big stunner shades, rocks it like no other. I love a K-drama lead that wears those big shades. Oh my god. That means you are on another level. I love it. We love it.
Don't play my favorite. Don't play my favorite. If you don't wanna see me acting like a fool, if you can't keep up with my bad behavior, you can't contain me. Every time I'm up going around you, you know you can't keep up. They ask if it's my birthday, say what we celebrating. Everybody dance around me, dance around me.
Who told you you could go outside looking as good as you look, looking all nice and sexy the way you look and going outside? The nerve, the audacity, the gumption, the gall.
So that's why I kind of put her on the list, because she gives us a financial resource and also fights like the Dickens and also is a little gullible. So we like it. And then last up,
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood editing yummy. Well, I clearly had a lapse in judgment. There are two characters in which I really wanted to include on this list and love very dearly, but did not mention. One of them being our queen IU in her character in Hotel Del Luna. Yes, Hotel Del Luna. That was by far one of the most beautiful pieces of cinematic K-drama ever. Just the aesthetics of it all, the outfits galore, the beauty of the story, the depth of the mysticality, and the take no prisoners attitude of our lead. And that is why she must be included in our girl gang. As well as our queen from Vampire Detective Gyeo-Wool. She is phenomenal. She hangs out with a vampire. Like, that alone gives you balls, dude. Like, that you hang out with a vampire and still you are the scarier of the two. She takes no prisoners as well. I remember that one scene where she just kicked a drink in a man's face, and that was just prime everything. She is fearless, and we appreciate her, and also we love a blonde, so had to include her on the list. Okay, back to the real last one. We have our two queens from Itaewon Class. We have Hyeon Yi and Seol. Both of them are boss bitches. Again, they run a company, a Fortune 500 company that will rule Korea. They've worked with Park Seo-joon, who is, if he ever, again, another man who, if he ever wants to bear my kids, you'd have to get in line. But, you know, my ovaries are ready. Anyways, besides the point, both of them are amazing. That whole I am a rock speech literally inspires me to this day. And I play that scene, I am a rock. And I'm like, oh my god, I am a rock. I'm a diamond. What you think? I'm a diamond. So, like, I play that scene all the time. It's amazing. I think both of them are stunning characters with amazing growth and strength, like this inner strength. Like, I have all the pieces of the girl gang. I have the strong people, I have the funny people, I have the crazy people, I have the financial resources, I have the lawyers, a judge, I have a lawyer's judge, like, but what I need, what is important in every organization, is the workhorse, not the show pony, but the workhorse, the driving fire within, the desire to do better in this world and to make something out of nothing. And both of these women have that. One takes her circumstances and doesn't give a crap about what is going on around her, but will push forward into the life and the person that she was born to be. She was born to be a stunning and human wrecking ball, and I appreciate that. And the other one literally took a pauper and made him a prince. She could have done anything with her life, but she saw someone, she saw their potential, and she was like, I will make you into the man. Now, necessarily, I don't think that that's what every girl should do, go around trying to take turds and polish them into diamonds. Not every turd's a diamond, ladies. but she did it, okay? And that ferocity and that inner fire in her is amazing.
나 믿고.
씨, 너 오늘 잘못 걸렸다. 얼굴 좀 반반하다고 사람 개무시하고 말이야. 어? 교육 좀 제대로 받자.
이 버러지 같은 새끼들아. 씨.
귀여워. 싸우면 이길 줄 알았어? 응? 이 미친! 뒷감당은 생각하고 입어려야지. 모자랐다. 네가 나보다 잘난 게 있을 리가. 너 때문에 영한정지 당에서 사장님 피해가 얼만지 알아?
Both of them are stunning performers, stunning actresses, the actresses who act them, but like the characters are amazing, are strong, are fierce, are smart, intelligent, grow beyond their means. Neither of them went to college, but somehow they're both the executive of a Fortune 500 company, and not because their daddy gave it to them. No, because they worked for it. They learned, they grew, and they fought, and I appreciate that. We need fighters. Not physical fighters, but mental fighters, and that's who I want on my team. So with that being said, here's a montage of my girl gang.
Patience, patience, patience. I ain't got time. Just going through the motions. You tell me what I wanna hear, but never what you're feeling. Keep me in the dark, but I've had enough. I don't want forever. I just want eventually. I don't need forever. I just need some clarity. Boys, 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 dime a dozen. Now you stay mad, now you bugging. Super Snoop, chill up on my group, that's my cousin. But if you got so much time, make a check. And if you got so much time, give me back. Give me back all the time I wasted. Cause under this dress is a secret. Better hold tight, can you keep it? Rev it up, take control. Twiddle your thumbs with somebody else. Now you look dumb, 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 dumb enough to think there's nobody else. I do it forever. I just want eventually. I don't need forever. I just need some clarity. Don't let me up just to let me down. Whoever said it's better to love than lost was not a bluff at all. When the silence hurts more than any words could pen. I just need some clarity. Be there or just be gone. Love me then leave me lost. Won't be there when you gone. Can you be there or just be gone? Love me then leave me lost. Won't be there when you gone. Boy, you must be dumb, 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 dumb. Should think there's nobody. Oh baby, I just need some. Oh baby, I just need some clarity. Oh baby, I just need some.
These ladies are welcome on my team. And I encourage you to check out all of the dramas. I will leave them down below in the description. They are amazing. And don't worry, my name is Yummy.com. Thank you for watching, internet friends. I will be back, so stay tuned.